Hello, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Keaton Senpai. In this video I'm going to explain Mother of the Goddesses Dormitory, so let's start. First-year high school student Kaushi Nagumo is made homeless by a fire and his father abandoning him. Kaushi is taken in by Minoru Wachi, who feeds him and lets him use the bath. Kaushi realizes the bathroom contains 3 naked girls and flees, knocking over a fourth and ending with his face in her panties. Minoru explains she is manager of the goddess dormitory of Seiken Women's University. The girls are Kariya Sensho, Serene Hasumi, and Free, plus the girl whose panties he encountered, Atina Satam. Minoru offers Kaushi a job as dormitory mother. Atina, who fears men, refuses to accept Kaushi and moves out. Not wanting Atina to lose her home, Kaushi leaves instead. Realizing her selfishness, Atina brings Kaushi back but passes out after he accidentally gropes her. Kaushi begins cleaning but discovers the dorm is known locally as Problem Dorm due to the girls' odd behaviors. Minoru performs scientific experiments and often produces toxic substances, and Free is a cosplayer who dresses people in costume, often against their will, plus all the girls seem to enjoy being partially clothed or entirely naked. Kaushi scolds them. Impressing Minoru, he is taking responsibility already. Kiriya breaks the floor and falls into Kaushi's room, having gotten excited reading shoujo manga. She asks to share Kaushi's room as he resembles her brothers, but when she tries wrestling him, he flees to her room. Kiriya is left flustered. Serene makes Kaushi a bizarre offer to fix the floor if he becomes her servant. Half asleep, Kaushi agrees, and Serene kisses him. The next morning the floor is fixed, and Kaushi worries over a strange dream he had. Atina is concerned Kaushi and the girls are friends so quickly. While shopping with him, Kaushi praises the progress she has made with men since they met, which she appreciates, then realizes Kaushi made the other girls feel the same way and flees, only for Kaushi to save her by pretending she is his sister when she bumps into 2 men. Atina surprisingly finds the idea of being his sister intensely appealing and insists he call her Big Sis. The moment is ruined when her skirt falls down, accidentally showing her panties. She panics and falls with her butt in his face. Regardless, she understands why the others already trust him and decides to help by protecting him from the immoral behavior of the others, though this leads to the others wanting to be his sisters too. The girls compete to see who the best big sister is. Free dresses Kaushi as a girl, Minoru tries to test her latest formula on him, Serene is too hungry to compete, Kiriya uses erotic wrestling moves on him, and Atina can't be near him without getting a nosebleed. Kaushi decides this is exactly what having sisters is like. Minoru and Free announce they have enrolled Kaushi in middle school. On his first day at school, Kaushi is punished by Tsudiya Kuroya, his friend he hasn't seen since his house burned down. Tsudiya pretends to be mad at him, but privately was worried. Tsudiya, who has heat intolerance, remembers Kaushi became her friend because he would make his fingers cold with ice before holding hands. After listening to his story about Goddess Dorm, she insists on meeting the girls, but Kaushi accidentally falls on her. She is tempted to let something lewd happen, but overheats and punishes him instead. Kaushi hopes to show Tsudiya the dorm is perfectly normal, but when they arrive, they encounter Free, who is cosplaying as a sexy bunny girl, and Minoru, who's only dressed in her lab coat and panties as her room was in the middle of yet another chemical explosion. Tsudiya decides to judge whether the dorm is suitable. The girls realize Tsudiya has a crush on Kaushi. Tsudiya is infuriated by what Kaushi considers the girls' normal lewd and dangerous behavior, but is convinced to spend the night in Atina's room. Tsudiya demands to know what Atina's relationship to Kaushi is, but before Atina can answer, Kaushi ends up in a nude situation with Kiriya in the bathroom. A furious Tsudiya demands to know if they see Kaushi only as a brother or a man, and when they can't answer, Tsudiya leaves upset. Atina and Kiriya begin avoiding Kaushi. When they forget their lunches, Free forces Kaushi to deliver their lunches to them. Since men are banned from the women's campus, Free forces Kaushi to cross-dress as a girl. When he is exposed anyway, Atina saves him. Kaushi notices Atina doesn't get a nosebleed while he is cross-dressing. They find Kiriya but are forced to change when they accidentally get wet. Atina borrows one of Kiriya's shirts, but due to her larger breasts the shirt trips, exposing her breasts to Kaushi and finally giving her a nosebleed. Returning home, Atina announces they all need a vacation together, and Tsudiya is invited too. Serene is uneasy at vacationing away from the moon, the source of her power. Everyone decides to create a portable safe zone filled with moon items. Free provides a costume from a moon-themed anime which is rejected. Minoru provides moon-themed aphrodisiac but accidentally uses it on Free. Kirya tries to teach Serene moon-themed Taikai, but Serene becomes too tired. Athena provides an umbrella with a moon symbol, and Kaushi finishes washing Serene's jacket, which she calls her moon robe, curing her uneasiness. Serene visits Kaushi and kisses him in his sleep. At the hotel, Athena admits she organized the vacation to apologize to Surya. Mineru tries to peek on Kaushi in his bath, resulting in Athena being exposed naked and giving Kaushi a nosebleed. Everyone sleeps in Kaushi's room, in various stages of nudity, except for Athena, who sneaks out. Mineru and Kaushi follow her to the haunted section of the hotel. Mineru almost has a moment with Kaushi and wonders if it was caused by lust or fear of ghosts. Athena almost kisses Kaushi, despite still wanting to be his big sister, but they are caught by Mineru and Serene. The next morning, Free insists they finally go to the beach. At the beach, Kaushi remains confused about Athena. A fish gets stuck in Surya's swimsuit, causing her to struggle to swim. Kaushi rushes to save her, but remembering he can't swim, sends Kirya instead. Surya is glad Kaushi was worried about her. Kaushi sees Athena being harassed by men, so he pulls her away, revealing Athena no longer gets nosebleeds around Kaushi as he makes her feel safe. Surya apologizes to Kirya and Athena, admitting she was jealous they helped Kaushi after losing his home, while she couldn't, and is convinced Athena has only sisterly feelings for Kaushi. Kaushi begins acting strangely. Free decides cosplay will get him to talk and drags him to her favorite cosplay studio. Free dresses herself and Kaushi as characters from an anime. Tricking Kaushi into answering honestly, Free learns most of what occurred during the vacation and his confusion about his current relationships with the girls clashing with his changing emotions. Kaushi realizes he wants to protect Athena, but is unsure if he wants to do it as dorm mother, a brother, or as a man, but either way he intends to do it with more confidence from now on. He also learns from Free that she will stop running from her past and someday try to reveal her true blunt self to the goddess Dormitory. Kaushi and Surya attend a festival at the girls' college where Mineru sells aphrodisiacs. Kaushi and Surya are saved from Mineru's lusty female victims by Serene using a highly advanced moon laser. Serene claims this drained her energy and requires a kiss to recharge. She almost kisses Kaushi, but he thinks of Athena and stops. Athena volunteers as a maid, but struggles serving men and falls with her breasts in Kaushi's face. Surya discovers she likes maid outfits. A cross-dressing contest is announced with Kirya as a judge cross-dressed as a boy. Kaushi has a drink, but realizes it was another aphrodisiac that will reveal his true self. Kirya gives them 3 tickets to a maze and Kaushi becomes uncharacteristically excited. In the maze, Athena and Kirya realize Kaushi is acting his age instead of his overly mature self. Kaushi trips in the dark and ropes both Athena and Kirya, returning him to normal. Mineru later reveals Kaushi only drank water, meaning everything he did was his own free will. Surya has great success as a sadist maid. The Occult Research Society attempt to capture Serene to study her moon powers, but are stopped by another aphrodisiac that causes them to chase after the cross-dressed Kirya and cause chaos for the entire festival. Kirya is asked to run her family dojo Christmas party. Athena and Kaushi volunteer to help. While cleaning the showers, Kaushi sees Athena naked, who falls on top of him and gets a nosebleed. Now anemic Athena is unable to help, so Kaushi and Kirya go shopping. Kirya thinks maybe she and Kaushi are on a date, but comments from passers-by makes her think Kaushi only likes Athena. Kirya decides to be Santa, so they ask Free for help. Free goes overboard taking Kirya's measurements, so Kaushi flees before he can see anything inappropriate. Serene is bribed with food to replace Athena. The dojo's younger students insist Kaushi and Serene help practice karate, but Kaushi is forced to step in when Serene's outfit falls open. One of the students thinks she doesn't deserve a present because she never plays with the others, so Kaushi helps her make friends. Kirya and Serene reveal the outfits Free made, and Kirya realizes hers make her panties visible. As he is the reindeer, Serene rides on Kaushi's back, causing him to realize she isn't wearing anything under her skirt. Kaushi gives Kirya a present, so she almost kisses him, until Serene interrupts. Mineru buys a katatsu. The girls all tease Kaushi under the table, but also reminisce about using katatsu with their families. Kaushi asks if he and Surya can use it while doing homework, disappointing Athena. Surya is hesitant, but agrees as long as she doesn't overheat. Athena goes shopping for knitting supplies. Kaushi falls asleep under the katatsu with his foot in Surya's panties, causing some accidental stimulation which is witnessed by Athena, causing Surya to punish Kaushi and banning him from the katatsu indefinitely. Kaushi begins spring cleaning. Serene's door sticks, so she falls from her window and lands with her butt in Kaushi's face. Kaushi finds outfits in Free's room she forced him to cosplay in and is almost punished by Surya when he also finds underwear. Athena bribes their way into Serene's room with food, finding the door was jammed because her mountains of possessions collapsed when she tried to find New Year's gifts she bought everyone for being her friends. Mineru gets drunk on her gift, a bottle of super strength sake, along with Athena and Serene, so all three pass out on top of Kaushi. Athena drunkenly reveals she is jealous of Surya but falls asleep before explaining why. Surya finds them in a pile together and furiously punishes Kaushi. New Year is approaching, so Kaushi plans a large meal for everyone. Noticing Kaushi is having a tough time enduring the cold weather, Athena begins knitting gloves as a present for Kaushi. Kaushi goes grocery shopping with Kirya to prepare a special meal for the holiday but suddenly collapses with a fever to everyone's horror. Surya visits in a panic but overheats when checking his temperature and passes out. The girls' attempts to nurse Kaushi back to health goes horribly from Free posing as a sexy nurse to Kirya embarrassingly ruining his clothes. Kaushi has a nightmare about his home burning down and decides to relieve his unease with a bath, only to be caught by Free and Serene who attempt to cure his fever by lewdly massaging him with medicinal oils. Kaushi flees naked and bumps into Kirya who hurriedly dresses him in tattered clothes, though they make it harder for Kaushi to endure the cold. Athena attempt to make rice gruel, but Free adds her own ingredients which explode, leaving her and Athena naked, raising Kaushi's fever again and making him pass out. Realizing Kaushi is dangerously sick, Athena decides to nurse him properly through the night. While he is asleep, Athena confesses she is glad he is their dorm mother before falling asleep beside him without getting a nosebleed. Kaushi eventually recovers and is able to go shopping with everyone for ingredients for New Year's dinner while wearing the gloves Athena made for him. Guys, don't forget to like, share and comment on the video and do follow me on Instagram. See you guys very soon. Bye.